Do you put any store by any of these comments we've had from Fed governors recently? Does it in any sense change your expectations of where the dollar's going to go from here?
No. No, it doesn't, because...
So you've just dismissed everything we've just heard from that Fed governor?
No, I'm not dismissing what they're saying. My problem over the past 6-7 months has been that the dollar had really front-run real rate differentials, meaning that in order for the dollar to sustain the strength, it would have to be not just a normal, but a very fairly aggressive hiking cycle by the Fed. And this is not happening.
So the conclusion of that is quite interesting, because what you're saying is we should listen to the market, but not listen to the Fed at this point. Because the market is already, if you like, discounted the expectations of continued noise from the Fed around when the next rate hike will be.
I think that's about right, but the only point I would make on that is that even if the Fed hiked once more than what the market really expects, I just find it extremely, this year and a bit faster next year, I just find it extremely hard to imagine that the dollar could actually rebound.
So if you look at where we stand now, this week you've seen a correction. So after a fairly steep fall in the dollar, a resettlement and a regrouping where the dollar has reclaimed some territory. What are we seeing now in terms of fund flows and positioning around the dollar?
I think what we've been seeing over the past 3 months or so is quite a rapid unwinding of dollar longs, especially in what concerns the yen as well as the euro. And I think, listen, what happened, the way I think about the dollar phases that we went through is that we had the second half of 2014, that strong dollar rally, that was aligned with fundamentals. Then, for a meaningful part of 2015, it transformed into a frenzy of dollar longs. And this thing is being unwound right now.
When you've listened to some of the commentary from the Japanese, they've been talking about these one-side moves against the currency. If that is the case, they've got cover to embark on intervention. But you can't help but think, if you look across the board at different crosses, it's not one-sided. You've got the dollar weakening across the board, and even euros showing some strength relative to the dollar. The commodity currencies are gained, some of the emerging market currencies are gained. Is there any reason or any rationale for the Japanese to intervene in currency markets at this point?
My personal view is that intervention to a certain extent is short-sighted. Sometimes it may help, it may provide some temporary relief, but at the end of the day, what we are all used to know as currency wars, at the end of the day, is a zero-sum game. And to the extent that we're now operating at the zero interest rate bound, and with so much quantitative, pretty much exhausting what's available for them to buy out there, I think monetary policy has reached its limitations.